Johnny Dollar.
Paul Keller, Johnny.
Hi, Paul.
Welcome to San Francisco. Unpacked your bags yet?
Just about to.
Well, don't. Hop over to Virginia City, Nevada.
Wait a minute, Paul. I just got here.
Virginia City, the ghost town that's no longer a ghost over on the other side of Reno. Our man there's Jake Walton.
Well, what's the problem?
The gold rush.
That was 100 years ago.
Well, there's a new one right now.
You're kidding.
And with all the same problems, including a couple of murders. So fly over there and see Jake Walton.
All right. The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Greater Southwest Insurance Company, Home Office, San Francisco, California. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the gold rush matter. Didn't even look up when I asked him directions.
Well, son, Jake Walton's office is right there across the street, other side of the newspaper.
Hmm? Oh, yes, I see it now. Thank you very much.
But he ain't there.
Oh, I see. You don't happen to know where I can find him, do you?
Oh, I know where he is, all right, but I wouldn't go there, son. Not if I was you.
Why not?
Well, him and the sheriff, they're out to the Scarlet Queen. That's a gold mine.
The Scarlet Queen?
Yeah, about halfway up to 6 Mile Canyon over there.
Hmm?
There's an old wagon track up to the pass.
Can I navigate that wagon road in my car?
That's a pretty new car you got there. Real pretty. No, sir. Take a horse or a burro unless you got 4-wheel drive.
Where can I get hold of a horse?
Jake Blakely's stable down the end of the street. But, don't you go to that mine.
Why not?
Well, there's been another killing out there, like there's going to be more of them. More dynamite accidents. Like the one that done this to me.
Did what to you?
Ha! Didn't notice, eh? I'm blind.
At Jed Blakely's stable, after a lot of argument that I should stay away from the Scarlet Queen, I finally got hold of the horse by forking over a $200 deposit. Then I headed up into 6 Mile Canyon. A couple of miles later, I found the old wagon road to the mine. It was crooked and steep, and there was a narrow pass to go through at the top. But from the pass, when I let the horse stop there for a breather, I could see the mine below me. There were 2 or 3 weather-beaten shacks right next to a platform with tracks on it that led into a hole in the sheer face of a cliff. A couple of jeeps and a beat-up old high-wheeled truck stood in front of the line of shacks. And a group of men were hauling a body out of an ore car to load it onto a truck. Whoop! I got off the horse and over behind a big boulder and nothing flapped. Gunshot and come from my left, and were still coming, and from someplace and somebody I couldn't see. At the next one, the horse took off. Say, I felt a little alone, a little helpless at that moment. It's the understatement of the week. With a twig of mesquite, I raised my hat above the protection of the boulder, hoping to draw another shot to get a better idea where to start shooting myself. Nothing happened. Slowly, cautiously, then I worked around to the far edge of the boulder and carefully looked around the edge of it. Holy, that was in back of me.
Don't move, stranger.
What?
You swing that gun of yours around this way and you're going to be real dead.
Well...
Mister, you drop that little lemon squeezer you got in your hand, then up on your feet and turn around and face that rock.
All right. Why not?
Go on. Turn around. Face up to that rock with your feet apart. You put your hands up on it.
You have the gun.
Higher. Get those hands up higher. You make one move, I pull this trigger.
You're the boss.
You're darn right I am. Okay, Jake.
Jake?
Looks like you got him, Leona.
It's a city man. Told you it wasn't nobody from around the Comstock.
Looks like you're right, Leona, huh?
So watch him, Jake, huh? Real careful. He may be a tricky one.
You got a good point there, Leona. So's just to make sure he don't try any tricks.
When when you have to stay alert, don't let drowsiness slow you down. Perk up. Perk up with No-Dose. The safe way to stay alert without harmful stimulants. Remember, when you're driving, working, studying, and monotony makes you feel drowsy. Perk up. Perk up with No-Dose. No-Dose.
I saw Jake start to throw that punch, and when you know it's coming in from where you roll with the punch, and I rolled, and I turned and took him with me, and together we rolled on the ground. I grabbed for the legs of the girl, and she came with me. Then I managed to grab her wrist, a handful of blonde hair with the man's head under my arm with all the pressure I could put on it.
No, stop. I give up.
Please, mister. Okay.
Please, I give up.
Me too.
Okay. All right, now, I've got the rifle.
Now, don't worry, mister. Don't worry.
And you got a lot of muscle for a city man.
You now.
Yes, sir.
Pick up that handgun of mine by the barrel with your fingers and bring it over here.
Yeah,
Like he says, Jake.
Yeah, okay.
By the barrel now, and be careful.
Here on, mister. Here.
Jake, huh?
Yes, sir. Jake Walton.
What?
And this here is Miss...
Jake Walton of Greater Southwest Insurance?
Yes, sir. Me and Miss Leona, we was only up here account of this last accident of the mine.
Oh, no.
And when we see you prowling around up here, we... Huh?
You mind telling us what you think is so gall darn funny?
Well, I'm sorry, ma'am. Look, my name is Johnny Dollar.
Dollar? Well, Leona, listen. Dollar here's the man I've been waiting for.
I don't care what... Oh, he is?
I must say, you certainly gave me a nice reception.
Well, we didn't know. We thought you were the ones been making all this trouble up here.
Oh, you did, hmm?
Yeah, that's a fact, Johnny. And listen, this one today makes the second killing there at the mine. Somebody's using dynamite at the wrong place and the wrong time.
And, Johnny, it was one of those blasts that blew my Uncle Dave out of the shaft, and he's blind now on account of it.
The blind man that I met in Virginia City in front of the bucket of blood?
Yes, sir, Johnny. Dave Halver.
That's what brought me here, Johnny, from off my dad's ranch to see if I could help him and help find out who's doing all of this. And when Jake and I heard the shots up here, who were you shooting at, Johnny?
Oh, just a couple of rattlesnakes I saw.
This time of year?
Mm-hmm.
To think I almost aimed the rifle at your head because of what I thought you were.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't.
Yeah, so am I, Johnny. This gal can shoot the eye out of a gnat. Would have killed you, sure. And I guess nobody would have blamed her much either. Knowing what's been going on and not realizing who you were, I was hoping she would hit you.
That would have been terrible.
It sure would.
Now tell me just exactly what's been going on around here, Jake.
Yeah, well, look, I see the sheriff's leaving with Jerry's body now. So let's go down there to the mine, and I'll show you.
All right, let's go. The Scarlet Queen, named after a shady lady of the 60s, the 1860s, was a small but very old mine away from the main body of the Comstock lode, but once considered a fairly profitable maverick offshoot of it.
Now, watch your step, Johnny. There's a big vertical hole along here, and if you ever fell into it... See it there?
Yes, I see it, Jake. Just keep that lamp of yours on the ceiling and we'll be okay.
Johnny, you want to kind of give me a hand?
Sure, be glad to. Here you are.
I'm still not exactly used to being around inside of these mines.
They never did have any business opening up this one again.
Oh, why not, Jake?
It never will pay off.
Well, Uncle Dave thinks it will, and he ought to know on account of it really ought to belong to him.
Should it, Leona?
Sure, if that crooked lawyer hadn't fixed it, so now it belongs to Ski Lambert.
Well, I'm not so sure that lawyer wasn't right, Leona.
So Uncle Dave ends up working for him till that dynamite hits him down here and blinds him.
Yeah, well, maybe it was like the New York Keystone mine, the other side of town, that started this latest gold rush now.
How do you mean?
Original shaft was sunk back in 70 by some fellas who didn't even own the property. So all the owners had to do was wait until the shaft was finished, then take over. Oh, easy now. Now we go down this ladder to the second level. You make it all right, Miss Leona?
Sure I can. You two go on ahead.
All right, now. What started this new gold rush, Jake?
Oh, talk about maybe the government raising the price of gold, I guess. A lot of the old mines may be opened up again. At least them as can mill out $30, $40 a ton or more.
I see.
Now, the last couple of rungs are missing now, so watch your step.
I'm okay. I'm on solid ground again.
I should be glad when we get the elevator working again in this darned old...
What's it?
Oh,
what's the matter?
Oh, thank goodness you were here to catch me, Johnny.
Oh, anytime, Leona.
I'm afraid I'm too heavy for you.
You sure you didn't do that on purpose?
If I had, would you mind?
I was hoping you had.
Oh, now set her down, Johnny, and let's get on with this.
Would you mind your own business, Jake Walton?
There on the second level, Jake led us to a spot in the tunnel that was completely shored in with 12 by 12s.
Where an old side passage give way.
There's no rubble on the floor of the tunnel there. It looked as though it had been literally blown away, and the acrid smell of dynamite still lingered in the air.
A man would be in here working on these ties, Johnny, where they're going to lay track for some ore car.
Yeah?
And then all of a sudden, a stick of dynamite would go off. Right here, where it had no business.
First one of them killed Harry Beller, another one blinded Uncle Dave.
And then just before you come, young Jerry Lambert, the nephew of the owner...
Let me have that lamp a minute, Jake.
Oh, sure.
Something here I want to...
Oh, that dang it, busted.
Yeah, all right, that's that.
But can we find our way out of here now without a light?
Sure we can.
Jake?
Sure we can, Miss Leona, but,
Yes?
We better be mighty careful about that hole we have to skirt around up in the tunnel above.
Sure, Johnny. This road back to Virginia is a lot shorter than the one you took. A lot smoother, too.
You call this smooth?
You never been aboard a bronc, Johnny.
Well, if it's any worse than this... Look, there's the horse that I hired. Better stop and get him. He cost me a couple of $100.
Don't you worry none. You'll go on back to the stable. And that reminds me. Where you going to have supper and staying overnight? We got an extra bedroom, Johnny.
Well, so is Uncle Dave, Johnny, and I'm an awfully good cook. Huh, Johnny?
Well, that's the kind of invitation I like, Leona.
Good.
Okay. I won't try to compete with a pretty gal.
But I think I better stay with Jake.
But why?
That is, if I may borrow this Jeep for a while tonight.
Oh?
Well, sure, anything you want, but why?
Just a little idea I have.
Then later?
Yeah. Later, Leona. Idea? 2 or 3 of them. About who'd taken those pot shots at me out there at the pass just before Jake and Leona appeared on the scene. The shots had come from my left, the side nearest Virginia City. And that other tunnel Jake had mentioned, originally entering the mine where the dynamite had been set but now timbered off. Or was it really? That too was on the left, the Virginia City side. And more important, so was the shortcut. Yes, and using that shortcut this afternoon, somebody who'd seen me there in town could easily have beat me to the pass and been waiting for me. But who? And did Jake and Leona have some reason for not taking me down to the mine while the sheriff was still there?
Best darn apple pie you ever made, Martha.
Well, thank you, Jake. Have some more, Mr. Dollar?
No, thank you. I've had plenty, but it was great.
Well, then you men just run along and I'll wash up the dishes. Didn't you say you had to meet with somebody tonight, Jake?
Oh, just some of the boys over at the Delta.
If I can have the keys to your Jeep then, Jake?
Oh, sure. Yeah. But wouldn't you rather use my sedan? After all, with a pretty girl like that, eh?
Well, let's say the Jeep is more romantic. Item 4, $6.80 for a powerful electric lantern and a small flashlight, just in case. Then I took off in the Jeep. Just out of the north end of town, I heard shots off in the distance. But who would be using a gun this time of night? I took the shortcut to the Scarlet Queen this time, and there I found the entrance to the side tunnel cleverly hidden under a pile of discarded roofing. And that slanting shaft was perfectly clear as far as I could see in it. I went around to the main entrance, into the tunnel there, down the ladder to the second level, and this time I looked at those heavy shoring timbers carefully. Yes, in one spot where the side tunnel would be, instead of a 12 by 12, was a little square of 1 by 12. On a hinge. A door where somebody could throw in a stick of dynamite and kill whoever was working in there. I hung the lantern from the ceiling. Then I heard it. Somebody was coming down that side tunnel. I touched the lantern to make it swing, to look as though I were there, and moving around. Then quietly I ran back and up the ladder, but as I reached the upper level...
Well, did it get him?
Can't see yet. Not until the dust clears down here, but must have got him.
Then come on. Let's get back to town. Let somebody find him there in the morning.
Leona and the old man. That's all I need to know.
Want to give up strong-tasting cigarettes?
Treat your taste kindly with Kent.
Want to give up harsh-tasting cigarettes?
Treat your taste kindly with Kent.
Want to give up rough-tasting cigarettes?
Treat your taste kindly with Kent. Smoke Kent, the micronite filter cigarette.
Yes, Kent. The cigarette that made the filter famous. Lets you get away from cigarettes that sometimes taste too strong, too harsh, too rough. Because Kent, with the micronite filter, refines away harsh flavor. Refines away rough taste for the mildest taste of all. If you want to get away from strong, harsh-tasting cigarettes, change to Kent. Remember, the finer the filter, the milder the taste.
Treat your taste kindly with Kent. Smoke Kent, the micronite filter cigarette.
You just wait till they get all those lines working. This town will bust out all over again. You see that word about the privilege here? Well, let me tell you. You know what I heard? I heard they're going to open up a line on D Street again. Whoop. Yo, Dominic, another couple of beers over here.
Over to McBride's for next round, huh, boy?
Anybody seen King Johnny since he took off his whiskey? Don't look at it.
Well, what are you doing here, Johnny? I thought you had a date tonight.
Well, I did, of a sort. I take it you've been here all evening, Jake.
Sure have. Haven't I?
I thought so.
You will have a beer?
No. Come on, Jake. We have a job to do.
The job?
You borrow a length of rope and a gun from somebody?
Got a piece of rope in the back of my car. And also a 30-30.
All right, then, come on.
Well, I still can't believe it, Johnny.
And you'll have to see for yourself, Jake. Just be sure you do exactly as I say.
Okay, Johnny, okay.
Keep the engine idling to cover any sounds you might make.
Right.
Yet, Johnny.
Hi, Leona.
Why, I was kind of hoping you'd drop around tonight. Well, come in.
Who is it, Leona?
A friend of mine, Johnny Dollar, Uncle Dave.
Well, how are you, Mr. Dollar? Why, you're the young fella asked me directions this afternoon. I can tell by the voice.
That's right.
I'll go in the kitchen and fix up a drink. Sit down, Johnny. Make yourself comfortable.
Yeah, sure, boy. Sit down. And what do you think of this lively little town of ours now, eh?
As I stood there in front of
tourists
him,
these days,
casually,
but
as though I was
you
simply
wait
going to
till the
toy with it
mines
and move it
around
from one
here get
pocket to
working
another.
again.
I drew out
That
my
is, if the
38.
government starts paying
And as
more
I did, he
toll,
slowly, almost
well,
imperceptibly
well,
started
yes,
moving his hand
sir,
toward a
this
drawer
would
in the
be
table he was
just
sitting
like it
beside.
was, and I was in
Nor did he raise his
You know,
head toward
Johnny,
me.
you do what I said and stay away from the Scarlet Queen mine this afternoon.
No, I went on up there, Mr. Halver.
You did, huh? Shouldn't I?
Because of what you said
Oh?
about your blindness.
Yeah?
Yes. But a minute before you told me about it, you noticed I was driving a brand new car because you saw that I was. And that's what told me the blind act as a phony to back up your tale that you were dynamited at the mine you wanted for yourself by hook or crook. And your next victim would have been Skeet Lambert, the owner.
Yeah?
Don't reach for that drawer.
Okay. Dollar.
He doesn't need to, Johnny. Don't move.
He doesn't,
No. Because I got this one.
That me, Leona?
Chet.
Well, this gun's aimed straight at your head.
Then it's you. Oh, my hand. You broke my hand.
Sorry, Leona, you should have known better. Jake, you want to come inside and call the sheriff? I don't know whether Leona was actually involved in the murders in the mine or not. I hope not, because she was a doll. Then, sometimes, they're the most dangerous kind. Anyhow, it'll be up to the courts again to figure it out. Expense account total, including the way back home to Hartford. Call it $700 even. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
If you drive a car, remember this. Almost anywhere in the country where you see the Sinclair sign, you can save up to 4 cents a gallon on gasoline by using Sinclair Dyno. That's because in 3 out of 5 cars, regular price Sinclair Dyno matches the performance of expensive premium gasolines, costing up to 4 cents more a gallon. Drive with care and buy Sinclair Dyno gasoline. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Fred Hendrickson. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were Cliff Owen, Reynold Osborne, Terry Keane, Leon Janney, Rosemary Rice, and Sam Raskin. Music supervision by Gene Sines. Sound patterns by Walter Otto. Technical direction, Michael Shoskis. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Stuart Metz speaking.
This is Betty Furness. Every weekday, 3 times daily, I report to you latest items of interest in the woman's world. Dimension is my vehicle, and the CBS radio network is my home address and yours as we explore the dimension of what interests women today.
World, nation, or neighborhood. Expanded CBS News covers them all on the CBS radio network.
This is WRW Music, Albany.
Listen, how old do you think this car is? Well, there's really no way of telling how old because a worn-out muffler makes any car sound far older than it really is. It's good to know that if your car sounds older than its years, your nearest Midas muffler shop has what it takes to make it sound its quiet self again in just 15 minutes. Midas has the specialists, the experience, and the famous Midas muffler you'll need.
Stop at Midas Muffler Shops, 2 convenient locations, 1/2 mile north of the shopping center in Latham, or Stop 26, Albany Schenectady Road. Open daily and Saturday 9 till 6, Wednesday and Friday till 9.
A tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. In a moment, Act 1 of The Lost Ship, written especially for suspense by Erwin Lewis, and brought to you by the makers of Marlboro cigarettes.
From Hollywood, it's time now for Johnny Dollar.
Vanguard.
Gartley, Johnny. Amercon Northern Trust.
Oh, hiya, Ben. What do you hear from Wall Street?
Save your money.
What money?
The money I'm going to pay you for this case. I've got a crazy one, Johnny.
So naturally you thought of me.
Nothing personal. Look, it's a trust setup. Cumulative endowment insurance rider. Big deal. Over $250,000, maybe $500,000.
From whom to whom?
From a Mrs. Ezra Gramley, widow, to her granddaughter, Susan.
So?
Mrs. Gramley owns the Flint Rock Ranch in Nevada.
Never heard of it.
Our representative out there is Jonas Parks. He's the president of the Flint Rock First National Bank.
Never heard of it.
It's a whistle stop about 20 miles from Las Vegas.
That I've heard of.
Parks started the deal rolling, and then he got cold feet, and now he's yelling for help. Thinks the old lady may be crazy. I mean, literally. And there does seem to be a reasonable doubt.
Unless Parks himself is crazy.
Well, that's also a possibility, Johnny.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Home Office, Amercon Northern Trust Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the matter of reasonable doubt. Item 1, $154.40, transportation and incidentals, Hartford to Las Vegas, Nevada, where I checked into a hotel and then phoned the local office of a national business and credit rating bureau that my client retained on a permanent consulting basis. I asked for a rundown on Jonas Parks and got it. An A1 set of references. Parks had been a resident of Nevada for 32 years and president of the Flint Rock Bank for 17. He was regarded locally as a cautious investor, a prudent financial advisor, scrupulously honest, and as sound as a dollar. A silver dollar. Crazy? Hardly. Item 2, $32.50. Deposit and first day's rental on a drive-it-yourself hired car. Mileage, Las Vegas to Flint Rock, 23.6. Itemized building appraisal, Flint Rock. 3 bar casinos, all needing paint. 1 restaurant, 1 general store, barber shop, garage, welding shop, railroad depot, also needing paint. 4 dwellings, and of course 1 bank. Jonas Parks, president.
What can I do for you, young fellow?
Well, my name is Dollar, Mr. Parks, Johnny Dollar. I'm a special investigator for Amercon, and I'm here in regard to the Gramley Trust case.
Oh, yes. Well, I'm mighty glad to know you, Mr. Dollar. And I don't mind telling you I'm glad you got here.
Oh?
Here, pull up a chair.
Okay, thanks.
Sit down. It's been a real odd day. Funny-looking clouds hanging off there toward the river.
Yeah, I noticed them driving out from town.
Storm clouds, that's what they are.
This time of year?
Son, in this neck of the woods, it can happen any time of the year. Cloudbursts come up just like that, and they're over just as fast.
Uh-huh, that's very interesting.
You're a hypocrite, young fella.
What makes you think so?
You didn't come clear across the country to hear a dissertation on desert storms, so stop sitting there trying to pretend you're interested.
Whatever you say, Mr. Parks.
Matter of fact, you weren't even half listening to me.
No, as a matter of fact, I wasn't.
Well, what were you doing then?
Looking you over, sizing you up.
Come to any conclusions?
A couple.
Such as?
Well, in the first place, I'm inclined to discard the theory that you're crazy.
That what they told you in Hartford?
Well, they figure one of you is, either you or Mrs. Gramley.
They do, eh? And what is your second conclusion?
That you were sitting there sizing me up.
You're right. I was.
Come to any conclusions, Mr. Parks?
Yeah. One.
Such as?
That we'll probably get along together all right, you and me.
Good. Then suppose we get down...
The Gramley case. Oh, no wonder they thought what they did. Maybe they're right. Maybe we are crazy, both of us.
Well, as I understand it, Mrs. Gramley wanted to set up some kind of insured trust for her granddaughter. You started the proceedings for her, and then stopped cold and called for help.
Yes, that's about what happened.
Well, why? Was she financially unable to carry out the deal?
Of course she's able. I wouldn't need any outside help if that was the problem. She's been banking with me for mighty near 20 years.
Then is she mentally incompetent?
Sarah Gramley is as sane as... Well, at least I've always figured she was. But confound it, Mr. Dollar, there's something wrong out at that ranch.
Oh, what do you mean?
I don't know what I mean.
Well, if you don't...
I mean, it's mostly things you can't put your finger on. Little things that add up, finally.
Add up to what?
I don't know. It's just a feeling, kind of a...
A hunch? Is that what you mean?
Yes, if you want to put it that way. So I brought you clear out here from Hartford on a hunch. Go ahead, say it.
Relax, Mr. Parks, relax. I've had hunches of my own. And sometimes the horse is one.
But I don't even know why I think something is wrong.
All right, what's the setup out there at the ranch? What's the background?
Mrs. Gramley is a widow. Her husband died about 14 years ago, and she stayed on afterward and ran the ranch. Of course, her son Ed and his wife were there with her until 3 years ago and done most of the work.
And they moved out 3 years ago?
No, they were killed in an automobile accident. This girl, Susan, that Mrs. Gramley wanted to set up the trust for, is their daughter. She's going on 17 now.
Then the two of them live there alone?
No, there's another couple. Walter Gramley and his wife, Hilda. Walter's Mrs. Gramley's nephew. Sort of manages the ranch. Does a pretty good job of it, too.
Mm-hmm. Then that's the whole family. Mrs. Gramley, her nephew Walter and his wife, and her granddaughter Susan.
That's the family, for better or worse.
Mr. Parks, do you even have any idea as to what might be wrong?
Not the slightest. You're on your own, son.
Well, how did this trust business start? How did it come about?
Miss Gramley came into town one day about 2 months ago and sprung it on me out of a blue sky. First time she'd been in town in nearly a year.
Did she say why she wanted to set up the trust?
No. She says it was nobody's business but her own. She's changed a lot in the last year. She's not herself anymore.
And the trust was intended in its entirety for her granddaughter Susan?
That's right. Within the next 3 years, she wanted the whole estate transferred to the girl.
Did Susan know about it?
According to Mrs. Gramley, nobody knew about it, and she didn't want anybody to know.
All right, then. You started the ball rolling, and then you stopped it.
Her nephew, Walter, came in to see me last week. He knew something was up, and there was no use trying to lie to him. When I told him what she was doing, he said that she would never go through with it.
So?
Oh, I went out to the ranch to see her. Laid all the cards on the table. I told her what Walter had said.
Oh, what was her reaction?
She said maybe he was right. Maybe she wouldn't go through with it. Then she started rambling, not even making sense, talking about the auto accident and her son's death. But before I left, she told me again that I should keep pushing the trust, get it set up.
So you called for help?
I called for help.
Well, I guess I'd better go talk to the lady.
That's not going to be so easy.
Why not?
Walter won't let a stranger on the place.
You mean he's holding her captive?
No, I think he believes she's losing her mind and he's trying to keep it quiet.
And what do you believe, Mr. Parks?
I don't know.
Well, maybe we can find out.
I hope so. Just one thing, though. Be careful.
Of what?
I don't know.
Jonas Parks had one other suggestion, that I pretend to be a special investigator for the Cattlemen's Association. I agreed to try it. 4 miles from Flint Rock, the narrow ranch road left the plateau and began climbing up through the broken bluff country. 1.5 miles from the ranch house, I pulled out the choke, flooded the engine, and let the car cough to a stop, the old out-of-gas gimmick. And about 10 minutes later, I was wishing I'd thought of some other plan. When Parks said cloudburst, he wasn't exaggerating. The rain came down in sheets. In 60 seconds, I was soaked through. And in another 2 minutes, the dry ground was a muddy bog. I kept on walking, or trying to walk, and the footing got worse. By then, I'd had it, or at least I thought I had. I hit the mud, rolled into a pile of boulders, and pulled my gun. A man was riding slowly toward me on a horse, holding a rifle over his arm. I edged down between the rocks, took a sight on him, and waited.
Whoa there. Whoa.
He dismounted and walked toward me, carrying the rifle carelessly. Apparently, he thought he'd drop me. I let him get within 12 feet. All right, hold it. Drop that rifle. Get your hands up. I said drop it.
What's the idea?
Well, that's a good question. Only I'm the one to ask it.
You're trespassing. We've been losing cattle.
So I've heard.
What do you mean you've heard?
I'm an investigator for the Cattlemen's Association. Are you Walter Gramley?
Yeah, that's right. What do you expect to find sneaking in here on foot this way?
Not what I did find, at least. Look, I've got a car back there on the road. I ran out of gas. I understand the owner of the Flint Rock is a Mrs. Ezra Gramley.
Yeah, she's my aunt.
Well, I'd like to see her.
I'm afraid that's impossible.
Why?
What's your name?
Dollar, Johnny Dollar.
Mr. Dollar, go back to your car and wait. I'll send some gasoline from the house.
Huh?
When you get it, turn that car around and get off the property. You're working for me, you know. I'm a member of the association. And you know as well as I do that you've got no more authority than any other private individual. So get out and stay out.
And if I don't?
Well, then you're a trespasser. And I won't miss twice. The next time I'll kill you. Is that clear?
It was clear. Perfectly clear. And at this point, I wasn't ready to force the issue. So I conducted an orderly, strategic withdrawal, and short I went back to the car. The rain stopped before I reached it. And a few minutes later, a station wagon came lumbering down the road from the ranch and braked to a stop a few yards away. The girl who came toward me carrying a 5-gallon gasoline can was a living little doll, a daffodil, as perky and bright as a brand new penny.
Hello there.
Hi.
I'm Susan Gramley, and you're Mr. Dollar, and you're out of gas, and I've got some for you.
Well, here, that's pretty heavy. Let me take that.
No, just stand back and avoid the splash. I'm an old hand at this. In fact, I'm a chronic empty tanker myself, and
What's the matter?
Out of gas, are you? Big deal, huh? That tank is almost full.
Yeah, well, there's no use lying to you, I suppose.
Nope, I'm too smart.
I see.
Another thing, you're not with the Cattlemen's Association, Mr. Dollar.
I'm not?
Nope. I think you're here to dig up the past because of what has happened and what might be going to happen.
All of that, huh?
Yep. And you know what? I think it's just fine and dandy.
You do?
You bet I do. I loved my dad. I loved him more than anything. They knew what he always did when he got mad. Sure they knew. I figured it out a long time ago.
Like to tell me about it, Susan?
You'll find out, Mr. Dollar. I think you're the kind of a man who smashes into things, right into the middle, and breaks them wide open. Be careful, though.
Oh?
Because you know something? You're smashing into a bomb.
Now, here's our star to tell you about tomorrow's intriguing episode of this week's story.
Tomorrow, the dead past speaks in a musty morgue, or tries to. And a living lady gets cozy, or tries to. Really tries to. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by Les Crutchfield, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking. From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
Sergeant Barney Peters, Fort Morris Police.
Oh, hi, Sergeant.
Thought you and Adam Bowles were coming over here to look at the evidence in the murder of Ricardo Amerigo.
We are. Ed's out warming up his plane. That's why I answered his phone.
We got a visitor here in Port Morris.
Who?
The guy Ed thinks did the job.
Pete Corbin, Amerigo's booking agent?
That's right.
In Port Morris?
That's right.
Well, are you holding him?
I can't. No legal reason to, in spite of Ed's suspicions.
Well, what's Corbin doing there?
I don't know unless Ed's right about him.
Huh?
And Pete knows you're on his trail.
Well, what's that mean?
What could mean he's down here gunning for you.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar. Location, Port Morris, New Jersey. Following is an accounting of expenditures incurred during my investigation of the Ricardo Amerigo matter. Item 3, $1 even. For whatever it was, the local druggist recommended to pull my stomach back together after the flight in Ad Bull's private plane from Ad's farm in South Vineland to Port Morris. In a sense, I'm glad we flew. In a car with Ed at the wheel, we'd have been all over the road. As it was, we were only all over the sky.
Oh, beautiful day for flying, isn't it, Johnny?
Can't you hold a straight course, Ed? What's the matter with this ship?
Not a thing. I like to weave around a bit. I like the feel of it. You know, all that power under you.
Yeah. Sure you're not just trying to scare me into welching on our little bet?
I'm going to win that bet, Johnny. Your commission on the case, plus all that goes on that well-padded expense account of yours. You just get busy and find the body.
Why don't you forget your dark past as a private eye and stay retired?
What? And leave an old friend like you floundering around with a case that's...
Hey! You don't watch your steering, we'll be floundering around in those salt marshes down there.
Sorry. But can't you see, Johnny? Pete Corbin, Amerigo's agent, has to be the heavy. He's the beneficiary of Amerigo's policy. Amerigo owed him a lot of money.
Too easy.
And Pete's the only person we know of who was with Amerigo constantly. You got motive, opportunity.
Too easy, I tell you. But I wonder what under the sun Pete's doing in Port Morris.
That we'll be finding out. We'll land there in a couple of minutes now.
The little town of Port Morris was set on the edge of one of the wide salt marshes that border a lot of the South Jersey shore. Just a vast expanse of salt hay indented with little coves and inlets. Soggy, swampy country. Ideal breeding place for the famous Jersey mosquitoes. And I guess for me, the ideal breeding place for trouble. Sergeant Barney Peters met us at the mucky little landing strip just outside town. And we headed out on a narrow, muddy road across the marshes.
Yes, sir, Mr. Dollar. If I were you, I'd try to pin down this Corbin.
Well, where is he now?
Back in town. Got Alf McCracken keeping an eye on him. Alf's the boy you saw Amerigo crash through the bridge that night, you know.
Barney, I still wish you'd cooked up something to hold him.
But what, Ed?
Sure, Ed. Every bit of evidence you think you've got on Corbin is purely circumstantial.
What else have you got to go on, John boy?
Oh, we'll see. We'll see. After I have a look at the bridge Amerigo busted through in his car.
It's just up ahead a bit. Crosses the Lucky Hoe Creek.
I'd also like to know who could have... Well, I'd like to know what could have happened to his body. To that $30,000 Amati violin.
You'll see. Just keep in mind that there's a mighty big flow of water in the creek from the tide coming in and going out.
Tell me, Sergeant.
Johnny, I checked it.
Huh?
Tide had just turned, was on its way out to the ocean at the time Amerigo's car went over the bridge. Right, Barney?
That's correct, Ed. Right now, though, it's probably about as low as it'll... Whoa!
What's the matter?
Just pulling over to let this car that's coming pass us. Otherwise, one of us might sheer off into the swamp.
Yeah, these roads weren't meant for two-way traffic.
Darn fool's coming pretty fast for a road like this. He isn't careful.
Hey, look, Pennsylvania plates.
Huh?
He's right.
That's Corbin's car.
Corbin, huh?
Swing across the road. Block him. Wait!
Son of a gun.
Oh, now, where's Corbin, all right?
Well, then swing around. Go after him.
On this road, he'd slide off into the swamp so fast, by the time we go on up to the bridge and turn, he'll be halfway back to Philadelphia, blasted.
Well, we had the bird in hand and didn't know it. What are you going to do now, Johnny?
Just exactly what we started out to do.
You're losing valuable time. Now, if I were still in this
Ed,
racket...
why don't you stay retired? We drove slowly on up to the bridge, stopped and got out. And although the tide was almost low now, it was easy to see how that rush of water would easily carry a violin or a body or most anything right out to sea. Or could it?
The tide was running this same way when it happened. Out.
Yeah.
And the current was a lot stronger than it is now, so you can imagine what it would... Huh?
Yeah. What's the matter, Johnny?
Well, that big bird nest, whatever it is, down there at the side of the creek, 50, 60 feet.
Oh, that's just where the reeds and hay got matted up. Does look like... Hey.
Yeah, if that isn't a fiddle case propped up on top of it.
Sure looks like one.
Sure it is. Sure, the tide was higher then. The fiddle's stuck in those reeds. Wait here.
Well, now, Johnny, don't. You come back here.
Dollar, it's like quicksand. Stay out of it.
Oh, you darn fool.
It was
Come
like
on back.
quicksand, too.
You'll never make it.
Black, glowy muck. And I sank into it up to my knees. I almost had to swim through it, hanging onto it, pulling myself along by the reeds and bulrushes. But half of this case hung on that $30,000 Amati violin, and I wasn't going to let it slip out of my hands. A couple of times I dropped into soft holes, almost up to my shoulders, but somehow I kept going. Pulled the fiddle case off the pile of matted weeds and started back. But I'd used up most of my strength, with only one hand to pull myself along to... Ed!
Johnny, try and grab this rope.
Here.
Can't reach!
Try it again, Ed. Drag it back. Try it again.
Johnny, use the violin case. It'll keep you afloat.
I'll try.
You all right, Dollar?
Here, Johnny. The rope again. Johnny!
I hadn't passed out. So help me, I hadn't. Not entirely, that is. Or I'd never have been able to grab the line that Ad Bowles threw to me. Needless to say, I took a lot of kidding from Ad and Barney Peters on the drive back to Port Morris, especially since I didn't really know what had happened until I came to in the back seat of the car, clutching the fiddle case.
Jerk. If you'd held onto the rope with the death grip you have on that violin case, we'd have got you out of that muck before you swallowed half the salt water in that inlet.
Yeah, sure.
I'll say this for you, Mr. Dollar. You don't give up easy.
The fiddle. The $30,000 Amati. At least I had half of this miserable case in hand in my hands. There'd be no insurance collection on that violin. And then I saw it.
Well, what's the matter, Johnny? You passed out again?
No, Ed. You should have cleaned me up before you piled me into this car.
What?
Look.
Oh, what is it?
Piece of shirt. Ricardo Amerigo's shirt.
Is that?
Yeah, look. Monogram on the pocket, R.A. And what looks like bloodstains.
Hey, you're right. Where'd you get that?
I must have picked it up when I picked up the fiddle.
Well, at least it proves that Amerigo went down with his car. No doubt of it.
What I didn't tell him was that the piece of cloth from Ricardo Amerigo's shirt was fastened to the violin case. Deliberately put there. But by whom?
By Pete Corbin, Johnny. That's your man. Are you listening?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Beneficiary, confidant, caretaker of both Ricky Amerigo and his car. Who else could have sawed through the steering bar that made the car run off the bridge? And a guy who was smart enough to have it happen in this godforsaken salt marsh.
Now, just a minute, Ed.
Okay, Barney. In the heart of sunny southern Jersey, where he expected nobody'd find car or body or even the fiddle until long after the insurance claim was met. Thanks to a tide that'd carry everything out to sea. For indeed, my friend, if your deputy, Alf McCracken, hadn't actually seen Amerigo's car slip through the bridge rail... Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah. If Pete Corbin had planned this whole thing, he would have made sure the corpus delicti would be found.
Johnny, that's why he had the accident happen where somebody saw it.
Yet that somebody, Alf McCracken, didn't see the fiddle float away, didn't see the body float away from the car.
Oh, stop it, John, boy. You know as well as I do that this whole thing was engineered by Corbin.
All right, tell me, investigator, what was he doing down here today?
Lord knows, and I don't care. Probably to plant that piece of shirt. Johnny, I've given you all the help I'm gonna on this case. From now on, you either follow my tip and lose your bet to me, or you don't and give yourself a black eye with insurance company.
Johnny.
Oh, yeah, Barney.
Ed's a good detective. He'd have to be to retire on that nice farm of his over in South Vineland. He even broke a burglary case for me once here in Port Morris a couple of years ago when I couldn't break myself.
Pastime.
But you've got guts. I like you for it.
Thanks a lot.
And to me, the Pete Corbin theory looks Well, too easy.
Oh, not you, Barney.
That's what I've been trying to preach to that stubborn egghead sitting beside you.
I'll lend you a suit of clean clothes, and you can chase this thing down in the way you want to, without the dubious help of somebody who is just trying to win a bet from you.
Traitor.
And if I were you, I'd hunt up a few other people who knew Ricky Amerigo besides his press agent, Pete Corbin.
You are a mind reader.
Gentlemen, I have only one thing to say. And, Johnny, it's addressed to you. When you finally find that Pete Corbin done it, you know where to send the check to me.
At Port Morris, we learned that Alf McCracken had lost track of Corbin when the former dropped in at Osborne's Oyster House for a dozen of the half-shell. Hadn't even seen him take off in his car, much less leave in a hurry after spotting us on the road to Lucky Hole Creek. I took advantage of Barney's offer, borrowed a suit of his clothes, and accepted a ride from him to the crossroads of Woodvine where I could get a bus back to Philadelphia. Sure, half my job was done. I'd recovered the $30,000 Amati violin, but I could still hear the oh-so-pleasant voice of Ad Bowles, ex-investigator, not so retired.
You know where to send the check to me, Johnny boy.
Expense account item 5, $4.95. Bus fare from Woodvine to Philadelphia. And believe me, it's a long bus ride. As soon as I got to my hotel and changed into my own clothes, I called Harry Branson at the insurance company.
Mr. Branson here?
This is Mr. Dollar, Mr. Branson.
Yes, Mr. John.
Yeah, I'm back at my hotel, music lover. And I've just won the $30,000 Amati.
What?
Yeah, I got the fiddle for you.
Well, thank heaven you recovered it. What of Ricardo Amerigo?
Later. Do you want the Amati?
I'll be right over. Where is it, John? Where is it?
Right here, Harry, right here. Case, bow, and all.
Oh, thank heaven.
And by some miracle, it's dry as a bone and all in one piece. Voila.
Oh, thank heaven. John. John?
What's the matter?
This? An Amati? Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Now, here's our star to tell you about tomorrow's intriguing episode of this week's story.
Tomorrow, the results of a poker game. And believe me, there are times when the cards can be really stacked against you. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by Sam Dawson, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Roy Rowan speaking.